Hey YouTube fans, people of the interwebs, it's me, SongVestG1, back for a video. This is my, I'm gonna be answering questions. This is my Q&A, non-TF Q&A. So I'm gonna be answering questions with answers, So we'll crack straight on with Barry Shaw or Baz. Favourite movie, not fucking Star Trek, song, book, comic, game, and tissue. Favourite movie? Ghostbusters. Non-Star Trek movie, it has to be Ghostbusters. I love that movie so much. And it really upset me that Harold Ramis died because he was my favourite. He played my favourite Ghostbuster, Egon. And I just love that movie so much. And I'm going to go see it at Pictures when it opens here in October. I have it on every fucking... I've got a digital copy, I've got it on VHS, I've got the 1999 reissue on VHS, I've got it on DVD, on Blu-ray. I'm going to be buying the double Blu-ray of Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, I love that movie. I still don't have the Lego, I need to get the Lego, but yeah, I fucking love that movie. Ghostbusters. I can quote it at length. And I have at Auto Assembly. A couple of years ago, the lovely, wonderful Amy, the Lady of Rec, brought me some Twinkies, and Raz did this year, and of course I had to get one out and go, let's say this Twinkie represents the normal amount of psychokinetic energy in the New York area. By this morning's sample, it'll be a Twinkie 35 feet long, weighing approximately 600 pounds, and somebody inevitably goes, that's a big twink, and I go, yes! Song, ooh, Tenacious D tribute, because it's the greatest and best song in the world. Book. Now, book. Do you mean novel, story, or reference? A non-fiction book? I'll do one story, one non-fiction. My first novel, War of the Worlds. Fucking terrified me as a kid. Loved it. H.G. Wells, Alien Invasion, Death Rays. What's not to like? And it's told completely by narrative as well. It's because the character's only ever referred to as the narrator, which is quite cool. So yeah, it's a good book. If you like your sci-fi, I mean, it's probably the first sci-fi novel anyway. Even though the science is a little off, but it doesn't matter. It's a well, yeah, I like it. War of the Worlds, one of my favourite books. Reference books, Brief History of Time. Yes, I had to read it. Stephen Hawking. It's mind-blowing, but I kind of get it. Yeah, Brief History of Time and the War of the Worlds. Comic. Oh, now, I know it's a non-TF questions, but I think my favourite, apart from Watchmen, because Watchmen's the Watchmen, my favourite characters at the moment are Batman and Deadpool. I don't like Justice League. I am starting to get Guardians of the Galaxy again. But my actual, apart from Watchmen, I think my favourite, I'm aware, I'm just looking at my trade paperback collection, Batman Killing Joke. Fucking love that book. I got it for my birthday back in 2008, I think. Yeah, off my mum and dad. Which was a complete surprise. I said, oh, I'll just get us a comic. I mean, we don't know what you want. I said, I don't know, just get something Batman. There it is, The Killing Joke. It's a hardcover as well. It's a real nice book, actually. It's real nice. Yeah, Killing Joke. Game. Do you mean card game, tabletop game, board game, or video game? I'm going to assume video game. Resident Evil 2 is my favourite game of all time. That game scared the bejeebers out of me when I first played it. I was 18 years old. It was 2 a.m. It was dark. It was cold. And I'm sat there in my bedroom on the PS1 going, this is fucking amazing, and I can't stop playing it. And, you know, it's the soundtrack, the atmosphere, the gameplay, the setting, the story, the lateral thinking, the extreme violence, and the fact that do you go, right, I've got 15 bullets left. Do I kill this zombie or wait for some, or run round it and kill something that's bigger later on with those 15 bullets? And that's your idea in your head. That's what you're constantly thinking about when you're playing that game. It's what's round the next corner. It's, oh shit, there are zombies. Should I just run past these or kick, shoot the faces off? If you've got a shotgun, you could just go, boom, head goes. Yeah, and it was constantly that. Fantastic game. That really needs an HD update. Capcom, get onto it. Tissue. Andrex man-sized tissues, I guess. Next question is from Mr. Dave Shotton. Have you ever eaten a whole Battenberg cake to your own? No, because I don't like marzipan. It's disgusting. I can't stand it. It makes me gag, so no. Ian Pyatt. I'm asking all my fellow Star Trek fans this, so you're getting it as well. What's your favourite class of Federation starship? Oh, you can't ask me that. Gun to the head moment. Probably gonna say Galaxy. Yeah, I mean it's huge, it's massive, it's powerful. You can separate it into two. It looks amazing, and you're really not going to go up against a Galaxy class ship unless you want your ass spanked. They are fantastic. I love the Galaxy class ship. I mean, I know everything about it. I've got the technical manual, I've got the blueprints, I know what's on every deck. I've got enough information. If I had the right amount of gear, I could build one. Yeah, the Galaxy class ship, just beautiful looking. I mean, the proportion to, you've got a huge saucer, you've got huge nacelles, you've got 250 photon torpedoes, you've got 12 phaser arrays. Like I say, it can separate into two, and it's just big. It's got holodecks as well. 1,014 crewmen. Yeah, I'd have to say Galaxy. Close second would be the Galaxy Dreadnought, which is beefed up version. 3 nacelles, more power, big, fuck off cannon on the bottom, cannons on the top, and a cloaking device. So yeah, Galaxy. Galaxy class ships. Next we have Paul Wardman. Mr. Praed. Since you've learnt Klingon, will you ever learn a language that would be of use to you, like French, Spanish, Italian, Urdu, etc.? And if not, why not? Yes, I'd like to learn Japanese because I'd love to go to Japan one day, and I get to then I can watch the Godzilla movies without subtitles because that would be a bonus, you see. Yeah, Japanese, seriously, yeah, I'd love to go there, and I'd love to speak the lingo. It's a very robust language. It's very hard to learn because of the characters, because they mean different things. It's just all that kind of stuff, and it's quite interesting actually. Our language, because Japanese doesn't quite translate to English sometimes. That's why in like anime films, when it's subtitled, the sentence doesn't quite make sense, and it's a lot of it doesn't quite translate. It's quite a robust language, and I'd like to learn it. Ian Pyatt again. Is there any Star Trek episode, regardless of which series it is from, that you cannot stand to watch, and if so, why? Yes. The original series episode, The Empath. I hate that episode. Kirk, Spock and McCoy investigate a planet where there's a science station. The science team disappear. They look back on the visual logs and they see them just vanish via some kind of transporter. Anyway, they go and investigate, and they too vanish. And it turns out these aliens called Vians are experimenting on people, and on a alien that they have called Gem, who's the last of her kind. She's an empath. She can basically, the Vians torture various people to see what her reaction is to that, and what she can do is when they get injured, she can absorb their pain, and then it manifests on their arms. If there's a cut on your arm, she can touch it, and the cut will appear on the same part of their arm and then disappear. It's a fucking truly awful episode. Oh, it's terrible. Where are we? Ian Pyatt again. Oh no, sorry, Paul Wardman again. No. Oh yeah. I'm looking at questions and people have posted other things as well, so I do apologise. Rob Turner is the next one. What is your favourite non-Federation race organisation, e.g. Romulan Borg of the Dominion? 2, the Borg, because, you know, they are the Borg, and the Dominion. The two races that... You see, the Dominion is the polar opposite of the Federation. It's like an anti-Federation. And, you see, the way it works is... There's a number of reasons. There's a number of ways it works. Number one, changelings. Changelings will infiltrate any other race to find out what's going on with them. Gather so much information that the Dominion is usually on the upper hand. Also, they send a voter to the alien race and go, "Hey guys, it's groovy. Join the Dominion. We're fantastic. You know, it's going to cost you, but you know we're groovy. We're cool. Come and join us." Kind of attitude. A bit like the way gangsters work. So if you don't join the Dominion, they send you the Jem'Hadar, and then you die. And I kind of like that. But as for the Borg are unlike any race ever, any encountered, because with the other races, including the Dominion, you can find there is a common ground. You know, you can go, "Oh, we do that too," or and you can find a common ground, and there is room to negotiate. It doesn't always work, but you can sit down and negotiate. Whether the talks break down is another question. The Borg, on the other hand, consider talk irrelevant, and they're just going to assimilate you anyway. They want technology, they want drones, they will take them if they want them. And that's what makes them dangerous. And the fact that you could be the enemy as well. They will assimilate you, and you're now a drone, and you're under control by the Borg, and they, so now you're the enemy as well, and it kind of, and because you can't talk to them, and because you can't relate to them, makes them scary. Well, they were in Next Generation. They were a force of nature, and Voyager just fucking cut the balls off. But yeah, they are scary because you're no longer yourself. And they're ruthless, and they absolutely will not stop. And if they want something, they will take it. So, where are we now? Ben Watson. Do you play mean pinball? Yes. But my name's not Tommy. Stuart Blythe, The Mighty Grimlock. What are the top 3 albums you're listening to right now? That's interesting, because... I like metal. I'm a metal fan, but I haven't bought a metal album since I bought Iron Maiden, A Matter of Life and Death. I haven't bought an album since then, and I bought Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny. You see, I like music. I like songs, and I don't particularly like albums, if you know what I mean. I'll listen to an album and go, "That's a great song," and just listen to that song. And I'll not necessarily listen to all albums. Very, 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 very occasionally I'll listen to Tenacious D. War of the Worlds is always one I listen to quite a lot. But that's it. I've never been, like I said, I do like my music. I do. But I'm more of a film fan, if I'm honest. I like movies more than music. There's nothing... Maybe I've just not listened to anything. Maybe I'll find something I'll need to listen to everything that they've done. That's pretty much it, really. Right, where are we now? Scott Barker. You have to walk from one end of your town to the other wearing either a Wonder Woman costume or a Poison Ivy costume. Which do you wear? Refusal means death. Wonder Woman, because then you don't have to attach any Ivy leaves. Yeah, Wonder Woman, because I can rock a pair of red high heel boots. Yes, Wonder Woman. Where are we? Ian Pyatt again. If you're able to go back in time and meet somebody who was involved in Star Trek, who's no longer with us, who would you choose to meet? This includes Jean Majel and all actors, actresses who have appeared in any show and or movies. It's got to be Jean. Yeah, I'd like to see Jean. Firstly, to say thank you. Secondly, thank you for creating an awesome show, and to pick his brain, basically, and to go, and to say, what was the idea, where did it come from, what would you like to have done, what did you let the studio go, no, you're doing this instead, just to pick his brain, find out what the design process was, so to speak, and if he was happy with the outcome, really. Show him Deep Space Nine and see what his thought about that was. Yeah, and Margelle as well, because she's the computer voice, and she's great, and it's sad that she passed away. It's sad that Jean passed away back in 1991, so yeah, Jean and Margelle, I'd like to meet those two. Yes, I would. Sorry. Right, where are we? John W. Knowlesy. What are your thoughts on J.J. Abrams? Well, he's a prick. Carl Chegwin. Cliche question first. Have you ever engaged in scat play? Don't know what that is. Standard question that seems everybody get asked. What is your most embarrassing sexual experience? Right, the camera cut off for some reason. Anyway, what is my most embarrassing sexual experience? Well, the year was 1947. No, the year was 2003. It was my second year at uni. And it was after class. And I was in one of the coffee shops nearby. Where was I? Oh yeah, in where the library is at university, there is a little coffee bar place, like in the same building right on the corner. I was in there, and it was just after class, and I thought, well, I'll just have a cup of tea or something and sit down before I go home. And there was this girl in there, and she was stunning. And I fucking invited her over. She went, there was nowhere else to sit. I was sat on my own. I said, oh, sit there if you like. Started chatting. And she went, what are you doing after this? I said, well, I was going to go home, really. I said, I ain't got any plans other than that. She goes, oh, well, if you was going to pub. Alright, go to pub. A few drinks. And she goes, do you want to come back to my place? Bouncy. And I went, alright. We had quite a lot of drinks, really. Up at started in Gardeners and then went to Ayworth. We stayed in Ayworth until kicking out time, I think. Yes. Then we went back to her place because she lived not Cranbrook, the one next to Cranbrook, and I forget the fucking name of the street in a minute. Anyway, fairly close to uni. Anyway, so went back to her place. When I say really drunk, I mean really, really drunk, so barely stand. But I remember everything. I think it was beginning to sober up, 'cause I think we had Subway. So we go back to her place. We try and keep this PG. We did the mummy and daddy kiss. Then my face was between her legs. And then generally I don't have a problem, but just this one time, the smell got to me, and I immediately just went, bleh! Yes, it went everywhere, and it was one of those things. I just went, bleh! It wasn't like, oh shit, I don't feel well. It wasn't any of that. It just went, bleh! And then she saw it, and then she went bleh, all over my head, all over herself. It was a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. Yeah, I never saw her again after that. I was asked to leave, but I thought, well, I'm gonna have to wash my hair before I go anywhere. So I washed my hair in a bathroom, and then I called a cab and went home. Yeah, smelling of sick. I can't believe I just told you all that. Yeah. Thanks, Carl. What is the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten? These are all from Carl, by the way. Mayonnaise. I can't stand the stuff. I really can't stand it. The smell just gets me, and I'm like, ugh. I can't. It's like, now you can't buy a pre-packaged sandwich without mayonnaise in it, and it's not just like a little bit of mayonnaise that you can scrape out. It's blathered in the shit. I hate it. I can't stand this stuff. It should be fucking banned. It's disgusting. Do you think that our society is on the brink of cultural collapse, and why? Yes, and it's to do with all the fucking reality TV shows, all the Made in Essex, Towie, and whatever the fucking hell it's called. All those programs that praise idiots, and I'll say idiots, that really have no clue how life works, have way too much money than they know what to do with, all mummy daddy boys, you know, all and boys and girls, and oh, my daddy does this and gives me an unlimited credit card. No, we should fucking stop that. And then the pride in themselves on not knowing anything. You know, I mean, there was an advertising campaign for whichever one it was. I think I was watching a film, and it was on ITV4, and it came up and they were going, "Oh, as cool as Robert De Niro." I was like, "And who's that?" What? How can you not know who Robert De Niro is, for fuck's sake? You know, priding themselves on not knowing the basics of life. You know, the basics of maths and science and, you know, biology. Just the very basic stuff. And it does me head in, and it really does. And this is what people are trying to emulate, and it's wrong. They should be emulating people like Carl Sagan and Stephen Hawking and people like that. People who have intelligence, people who know things and want to learn more things. You know, that's what it should be. And you know, and I don't like. And it's to do with big things like Big Brother. You know, you've got 12 idiots that go into a house, and they are picked to be diametrically opposite to the people that are in there. So conflict arises, and then fights occur, arguments occur, and it's all good telly. You know, and they are treated like children. They are given mundane, idiotic, childish tasks, and you know, and they're all about it's all about shagging. It's all about shagging somebody. No, don't get me wrong. I like shagging somebody. I like shagging girls, but I don't go around telling, you know, everybody that, oh, I fucked her and I fucked her and I fucked her. I don't need that. I don't need to hear that. You know, it's between you two. At the end of the day, I don't need to know that. Really, please stop all those programs and give us quality entertainment, like things like Sherlock and Star Trek and The Big Bang Theory and QI. Watch more QI, people. Anyway, next. Do you think you should bring back capital punishment, and if so, why and what method? I think yes in extreme cases, and I mean yes to those who are basically paedophiles. The ones that, you know, that will sexually harass a small girl and then kill them. Those guys need to be executed. No ifs, buts, hows, whys, trial, just fucking dead. And it should be a way it's not quick, very painful, very frightening, because they've done that to that little girl that they've killed. That's how it should be fucking done to them. They should be fucking shit up. After, you know, put them in prison for a while and let all the other prisoners beat fuck out of them on a daily basis, and then, the end of it, dead. Yes. Last question from Carl. Have you ever been to Scunthorpe? And if so, did it scar you for life? No, I haven't actually been to Scunthorpe, but I don't think I want to. Anton de Kook. Kook? Sorry, I really hope I'm saying that right. And Jonas Prime. How many Weetabix can you eat before you need to drink water? Probably 2, maybe 3. I don't know, I've not actually tried dry Weetabix. No, actually no, that's a lie. I have when I just moved into my own place. Yes, I moved out at one point. Moved into my own place and it was like 2 days before payday. And it was like, it was a day off, then a day at work, and then a day off, which was payday. And it just worked out quite nicely. But it was like the last 2 days, and the only food I had in the house was Weetabix, a tin of baked beans, and what was it? What was the last thing? Oh, and some Uncle Ben's rice, and that was it. It lasted me 2 days. I had money, but it was my last fucking like £5 to get to work the next day. Oh yeah. I think I had 2 in the morning. I thought I need water after this. Yeah. 2, I'd say. Ian Pyatt again. What was your all-time favourite movie that Patrick Stewart appeared in that wasn't a Star Trek movie? Life Force from 1982. Yes, Life Force. For those of you who don't know, a special crew are dispatched to investigate some strange radio waves, and they discover there's a huge spaceship full of space vampires. Yes, you heard that correct. Space vampires. Anyway, they bring them back to Earth, and hilarity ensues, and Patrick Stewart is the doctor that they go and investigate, or something like that. I ain't seen it in a while, to be honest. And the head female vampire, she's naked throughout most of the movie. And when I saw her, she had boobs and naked and boobs and naked. I forgot there was a plot anywhere. And she possesses Patrick Stewart, I think, if I'm remembering rightly. And there was, just as soon as I saw boobs and naked, there was a plot as well, apparently. So yeah, Life Force. Carl Chegwin again. Have you ever thought about growing a moustache so people respect your authority? Yes. I had a proper full beard a while back, and I shaved it all off and left the tash for a day, and no. Freddie Mercury springs to mind. Yeah, it fucking went as quickly as I saw it. So yes, and no. Sammy Sadek, Skullgrain 140. Describe in 10 words what you thought of the Star Trek 09 movie. Really, Sammy? Really? Shite, fucking balls. There you go, there's 10 words. Carl Chegwin again. Have you ever considered taking up Morris dancing? No. Sammy Sadek. Have you ever tried putting your whole arm into a cow? No. Carl Chegwin. Have you ever been caught sticking things into your anus? No. Ian Pyatt. If you could have powers or abilities of any superhero for 24 hours, which hero would you choose and why? 24 hours, Superman. Because he's nigh invulnerable, isn't he? And he can fly and shoot laser beams from his eyes. Yeah, I'd be Superman for 24 hours. Plus you get to bang Wonder Woman. Bonus. Some hilarious jackass tried to sell me double glazing despite the fact I have double glazing. Right, Carl Chegwin. What sci-fi related concepts do you believe will actually become real? Excuse me. I don't know, because I think anything's up for grabs nowadays. I think there's a possibility that anything could be a reality now. I mean, things like face-to-face visual communications, talking screen to screen was, thought up on Star Trek, and I think things like Flash Gordon and stuff like that had it as well, and that was science fiction. It will never happen, and here we are talking to people on Skype through phones and iPads and computers and things. So I think anything is possible, really. I think apparently that NASA are working on a warp drive, so I think, like I say, anything's possible, really. I'd say warp drive. I've missed a few out there. Shit. Sami Sadek again. What are your top 5 Star Trek actors from all the series? Ooh, now that's a good question. Brent Spiner, because Data's awesome. Leonard Nimoy. Terry Farrell, because I had a huge crush on Dax. Gates McFadden, because I had a huge crush on Dr. Crusher. Because, MILF, ginger hair, lovely. My ex-girlfriend had long ginger hair, and I tried so hard to get her into a blue Starfleet uniform. She was having none of it. And probably Andrew Robinson, who played Garak. Because Garak is my favourite Star Trek character, and his portrayal is fantastic, of somebody who you feel like you should trust, but you shouldn't. Yeah, Andrew Robinson is Garak. That character is amazing. Yes, Garak. Where are we? Sam Sadek again. If you could reinvent the ingredients for a chicken nugget, what would you use? Chickens! I would actually use chicken. Bill Barkley asks, are you currently collecting the ships from the Star Trek official Starships collection line? And if so, which ones have you got? And the ones that you're still waiting to get? Also, did you like to do? I am collecting the Star Trek collection. You can see behind me here. I've been collecting from day one. I've got the exclusives as well. I'm enjoying the line. I'm really enjoying. What I am enjoying is the fact that I am constantly waiting for my deliveries. They always take the money on time, and I am always constantly waiting for my ships. They take ages to come out, and I'm always behind every fucker else. I don't know what's going on with that. Rang them up, and they said, "Oh well, it's just a problem with delivery office." So that's the only thing. I quite like subscribing, and I quite like coming to my house, so I don't forget any issues. Because me being me, I tend to go, I'll go tomorrow, and then forget it. Which I'm still waiting to get. The Enterprise J, apparently, we're going to be getting. I can't wait for that one. The Tama, I'm hoping we get. The Tamarian vessels from Darmok. Xindi Reptilian ship would be a nice one. The Malon Garbage Scow, the Blade of Armour Voyager. I would like a damaged Voyager from Year of Hell. That'd be a nice one. I'm waiting for the Jem'Hadar attack ship, which should be my next delivery. Woo. And what do I think of the new Doctor Who? It was okay, I guess. Next, Ben Saunders. By what year will Tesco finally conquer the Earth? 2048. Stuart Blythe. What was your favourite He-Man vehicle? Oh, that's a good question. I liked the one. Was it the attack track that had the tracks that went like that? That was a good. I like Skeletor's flying one with the eyes on it and the red thing that went round like that. That was cool. And is it the Dragon Walker, where you had the dragon head and the sit on the head, and it had like a thing like this, and it had legs on each side. And what you do, slightly weighted at one end, so you'd go like that, and then you'd turn it around, and then do that, and then turn it around. That was pretty cool. Stuart Blythe again. Best iconic vehicle from the 80s. 18 van, kit, General Lee, etc. Ooh, that's a good question. That is a good question. Do you know what I'm going to say? Enterprise D. Yep, this bad boy debuted in the 1980s. 1987, this bad boy appeared on the screens. So yeah, iconic 80s vehicle. Enterprise, USS Enterprise, NCC 1701D. Brad Rhodes, what did you do at AA? Drank mead. I drank Adam's mead. I drank Simon's mead. I mixed mead with beer and vodka, and some parts of the night of despair. We played Cards Against Humanity. I got toys. I got autographs. Got some cool artwork. It's all in my auto assembly video. That's a Transformers related question. How many times? 4 times. But there was again. What? What was the outcome of MDF use in production of capital letters? What was the outcome of MDF use in production of capital letters? There was letters made of MDF. Sammy Sadek, do you have a favourite Barbra Streisand song? Barbra Streisand had songs? Bill Barclay, are we likely to see the Enterprise J ball cube, not the crappy, huge light up plastic thing, appear in the Starship official Starships collection? Although I'm looking forward to the Delta Flyer. Yes, apparently the Enterprise J is on the way, and hopefully a Borg tactical cube as well. Christopher Vernon Evans, hey bro, what do you love about Wales? It's Welsh. Ian Pate again, what was your favourite weapon from a sci-fi series or movie? Ooh, now that's a good question. That is a very good question. Do you mean hand weapons or ship-mounted weapons? I'll go hand weapons. I have, of course, phaser. Has to be a phaser. One of these bad boys, when I can find it. Hang on, there's one here somewhere. There we are. See, one of these bad boys. Starfleet Type 2 phaser. Yes. Something about the noise it makes, the look of it. You know, the 24th century, 2371 Starfleet phaser. I do love the Zat Nictel from Stargate SG-1. It's just a funky design. I love the sound it makes when it fires. The fact that it looks like a coiled serpent and it looks like a snake when it goes like that. P90s from Stargate as well. Those are great guns. I used them on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because, like Carter says in the episode of The Warrior, you can use it as a submachine gun, because that's what it is. You can use arm-piercing shells in it and rip like a tree in half. You can use it to snipe, at something like 400 yards. So it's a fairly effective weapon. And the fact that you load the bullets in the top and click it shut, and the rounds come out the bottom, so you can use it left, right-handed. It doesn't matter without any modification. You can attach any attachments you want. You can attach an ACOG sight, you can attach a laser sight, a torch, all in the same thing, and it's a very versatile weapon. Yeah, Zat Nictel, phaser, and P90. But I do like Judge Jett's Lawgiver. That's a good gun. Particularly the one in Dread. That is a fantastic looking gun. Yes, that'll do. Ian Pyatt again. This is the last question. I think I've gone on far too long, so this is the last question. If you could just meet one captain from Star Trek universe and ask them one question, who would you want to meet and what would you ask them? Ooh. Captain Sisko, and I would ask him, no, Captain Picard, and ask him what it was like to be a Borg. Yes. What it was like to be Locutus. Yes. Ah, well, we got some good questions there. I'm quite impressed with those. Let me see if there's any more that's rolled in since I've been talking. No. Yeah, so it's yeah, these are pretty cool, these. Like I say, I've talked for far too long, so I'm going to go. And I'll catch you all later. Toodly pipski.